Come closer, my dear listeners, to the velvet shadows where stories stir, whispers linger, and secrets demand to be told. Tonight, I unravel a tale that dances between melody and madness, a hymn that beckons the living and claims their very essence. I call it the Song of the Haunted Siren. Have you ever been mesmerized by a sound? That fleeting moment when a tune curls around your soul, taking you somewhere both wondrous and dark? What if that melody held not rapture, but ruin, a spell so alluring, no one could escape its grasp? Kira Moriarty, a composer betrayed by her own brilliance, learned this in the cruelest way. Kira was no ordinary musician. Called the prodigy of the century, her music stirred deep within the marrow of humanity, evoking feelings one didn't know existed. But for all her brilliance, Kira had her demons. Desperation consumed her. For years, she pursued the perfect masterpiece, though perfection never came to her willingly. One fateful night, after countless failures and shattered strings, Kira found herself in an antique shop. Its dim lights flickered, surrounded by forgotten relics, scattered like pieces of untold stories. She stumbled upon a weathered, leather-bound sheet of music tucked into the corner of the shop. The shopkeeper warned her, said that not all songs are meant to be heard. But Kira's eyes burned with obsession. Against every omen, she purchased the sheet music. The title read, Abyssal Aria, a name heavy with foreboding, laced with a peculiar charm she couldn't resist. That night, she returned home, the ink shimmering under her lamp as if alive. The notes, oh, those notes, they were unlike anything she'd seen before. Each line seemed to breathe, brimming with life and something else, something ancient, something unknowable. She sat down with trembling hands at her piano, fingers hanging midair as the whispers of the song demanded she play, and she began. The first note was soft as a whisper, but the room seemed to shiver under its weight. As her hands moved across the keys, the music stretched its tendrils into the air. It transformed, not into melodies alone, but screams buried within symphonies. The walls around her seemed to sigh, like hushed witnesses to an act of unspeakable dread. Kira was entranced, no longer a composer, but a vessel as the music played through her. Each haunting chord clawed deeper into her, into the belly of her passion, her fear, her very humanity. But when she reached the end of the aria, the room went silent. Too silent. Outside, a blanket of unnatural calm had consumed the city. It wasn't twilight, but a void. Then came the voice, a whisper, both close to her ear and impossibly far away.
You have summoned me, and now we must finish what you've begun. The air around her thickened, as if the weight of centuries pressed into the small confines of her room. Standing before her was a figure, not a shadow, not flesh, but something in between, like ink spilled in the air. This was the siren of song. Her eyes burned like coals submerged in oil, and her lips curved with cruel, unnerving delight. She needed no introduction. Her presence hummed with an ancient inevitability. Your fervor, child, feeds me well, the siren murmured, her voice sinking into Kira's skin like hooks. Kira stammered, What are you? The siren replied, I am bound to the notes you've unlocked, a melody powerful enough to unhinge reality itself. You, my dear virtuoso, are not its master. You are its servant. Kira's breath came shallow, but she tried, oh how she tried, to stand against what she had raised. The siren offered her a choice, as cruel as it was calculated. Play for me again, not for glory, but for survival. Your hands strike the strings of fate now, and your own life hangs upon them. Desperately, Kira played. The siren hummed along with the haunting chords, her voice filling every empty space, every flicker of light in the room. With each passing moment, Kira felt herself unravel, her essence bleeding into the tune. Her hands blistered against the piano keys, but she couldn't stop. Not until the dreadful aria ended. That tune did not stay confined to Kira's room. No, it slithered out like mist down darkened city streets, creeping into ears it was never invited into. Strangers murmured fragments of it in alleyways, while others stood motionless, lost in some unfathomable trance. The song bound and possessed all who heard it, chaining them to its hypnotic rhythm. Kira never rose from that piano bench. When authorities found her days later, only two things remained: the sheet music, untouched, and her motionless form, frozen in grief and torment. And the siren? Ah, she walks unseen among us now. Her quiet song still hums in forgotten places, in the sad keys of old pianos, in fleeting echoes atop windy hills. She waits for another muse foolish enough to awaken her. So tell me, dear listener, when the night grows quiet, and you hear a faint whisper of a melody that feels almost too perfect, will you press your ear closer? Or will you remember Kira's story and let the silence cradle you instead? The choice, as ever, is yours. This has been your guide to the dark corners of imagination, Violet Nocturne. Until next time, I'll be waiting beneath the pale moon for your return. Sweet dreams, or nightmares, whichever finds you first.